So a lot of you may know what speedrunning is, but for those who don't, speedrunning is the act of playing a game with the goal to complete it as fast as you can, sometimes with glitches, sometimes without. What interests me typically is the glitch category, because I just like seeing like the theoretical, like absolute fastest time you can complete a game without any outside help. And one of my favorite games to watch the speedrun for is Subnautica, which is also one of my favorite games to play. Using a combination of glitches, precision, speed, and general know-how of the game and the way it works, Subnautica is able to be beaten in just half an hour, specifically in 30 minutes and 25 seconds. Eclypsed is a Subnautica speedrunner who has recently been grinding the Subnautica time and lowering it lower and lower, and is on the verge of beating Subnautica in less than half an hour. So today I thought I would just watch the Subnautica speedrun and just kind of give my own commentary on it, and my general thoughts on the speedrun, and maybe show some insight into how the category works. I believe what you do first is you grab mushrooms and materials. Yeah, you're going to grab mushrooms and grab, I think, 1 copper and 1 titanium, which will always be the first 2 things you get from limestone. He's doing this to make a battery so he can make a scanner, which is crucial in Subnautica, crucial tool. You'll notice his menuing is extremely fast. It's kind of insane to watch. Another thing you'll notice was that he was breaking limestone extremely fast, and I believe that's done by binding the break command to your scroll wheel, which allows each single scroll tick to be 1 input, and that is why they are able to break the limestone at what seems like a humanly impossible speed. Now, it might look like he's just grabbing all the resources he can see, which he kind of is. What he's doing that's not shown or explained is he's keeping numbers in his head of how much of each he's collecting in order to not waste time by collecting more than he needs. Now he's going into the creepvine forest. That's strange. From what I remember in the route, you're supposed to go back to the sea moth. Okay, he's grabbing clusters. Remote storage. Yeah, okay, so remote storage is a really cool glitch, and the way it works is while the animation for opening your life pod's storage is playing, before the actual menu opens, you can leave the life pod, and the next time you open your inventory, it will show up as if you were at the storage, and you can put the contents of your inventory into the storage or take stuff out of the storage from anywhere in the map. It's an extremely useful glitch. Bases are crucial to time saving in this run. It sets up for the best speedrunning glitch there is in Super Sea Glide. It's so incredible to watch, just the amount of times he must have gone through this cave to just know exactly the layout of it. I think now is when he sets up for some glitches. Oh, what? Oh, that looks like he put that there intentionally. That looks like a specific spot. I don't know why. Okay, he's gonna put a hatch on so he can enter the base. The reason he built like a part of a base in front is there's an animation entering and exiting the base where the hatch has to open. And when you put that there, for whatever reason, the game does not want to do the hatch opening animation. By putting that there, he's essentially deleted the animation and it won't play anymore. Now, from what I remember about the run, you're supposed to build a lot more onto the base so you can flood it to set up for a big glitch later called Super Sea Glide. The only reason you have 2 fabricators is just so you can craft a lot faster. And I personally didn't even know before speedrunning what. Why did he do that? I actually don't understand why he did that. His base just started. Okay, hold on. Let me think. I'm gonna need someone to clarify this with me. What I'm thinking just happened there, the reason he broke the mushrooms, is I think the damage that the mushrooms deal to the player also damages the base directly above it, which is why he built it right above the mushrooms, and doing that he can flood the base without having to build so much extra base components. By flooding the base, which he wanted, he was able to set up Super Sea Glide, which is probably the most insane Subnautica glitch there is, at least in my opinion. And what Super Sea Glide basically is the combination of your walking speed plus your swimming speed together. Technically, you don't actually need a Sea Glide to perform Super Sea Glide. It's just called that because you're using a Sea Glide to run, because it also adds the Sea Glide speed to your walking and swimming speed. It lets you go crazy fast in the water, like faster than anything else can go. The way Super Sea Glide is set up and how it works is basically to trick the game into thinking you're walking and swimming at the same time. You have to be in a flooded base when it floods. which normally can take a little while, but it was found that while in a flooded base, if you deconstruct and reconstruct the hatch from the inside, you can trick the game into the same thing, thinking you're walking and swimming at the same time. And yeah, you can see with Super Sea Glide, he's able to go unprecedented speeds. Right here, you'll see that he swam. When your depth is 0, the game will. It doesn't matter if you're actually above like the rendered surface of the water. The game, as long as your depth is 0, will resupply you oxygen. However, in order to lose Super Sea Glide, you actually have to physically leave the water. So you can just be very careful and glide at that 0 depth while still being in the water, and you can keep Super Sea Glide while the game continues to supply you with oxygen. He has flares. I don't remember flares the last time I watched a run, so I actually am not sure what they do. Someone might have to tell me. We'll see if I can figure it out by watching. And most of these glitches, it's a fun run to get into because most of these glitches aren't terribly difficult to perform. Super Sea Glide, like it's not timing based. Well, remote storage is kind of timing based. It's very easy to pick up though. Super Sea Glide is also not timing based, but rather a test of your ability to control the character efficiently. But the glitch itself is easy to perform. So I actually do not understand the point of the flare being there. So right now he's going to head over to the Aurora. Keep in mind, without a radiation suit, because you can only get the radiation suit like after the Aurora explodes, which takes like 2 hours of playtime or something. And obviously in a half-hour speedrun, you're never going to get that. The actual difficult part about this is not surviving the radiation. You actually have more than enough time for that, as you'll see soon. The difficult part is your vision being very, very limited, as you can see, but he makes it work and he's very smart. And what he's going to do now is use a bug where you can actually enter part of the Aurora from under it. He's going to look up and he's going to launch himself straight next to the captain's quarters and input the code 2679. Take damage, I believe, to kill himself faster afterwards. Yep, and then he's going to death warp back immediately. He's going to throw the flare. I still am not entirely sure what the flare does. Right here, he's going to pick up a fish drop and immediately grab that in order to perform fish skip, which allows you to hold your Sea Glide much earlier. Oh, this is my favorite. This is the biggest reason the mobile vehicle bay is in the run as a normal game thing, is it allows you to go straight through the ground, and he's going to go just skip most of the map and go straight into the lava zone. Now he's going to go into the lava biome, and this, in my opinion, is probably the scariest part of the run because you're on a timer. And the things you need to find are textured in such a way where they're just very hard to find in this biome. Nickel, which I believe is the thing he's looking for, and yeah, struggling to find because it can just be very hidden sometimes and you just get really unlucky. All of this while you're on a timer that's ticking away at your health. Yep, and he's going to build the moon pool. And while this would normally deactivate Super Sea Glide, you would think, the interesting thing about the moon pool is that if it's built by itself, it's actually already begins to break, which means it's going to flood, which will allow him to immediately get Super Sea Glide. He's going to die to enter his moon pool. This also saves his resources, and he's going to take the parts back with him because he needs them for later. Okay, so he's actually going to flip the wall again, but you'll notice that this time he actually leaves the mobile vehicle bay behind, and the reason for that is because the collision boxes of the ground actually disappear if you're far enough away. So the mobile vehicle bay will float all the way up to the surface, and he's positioned it in such a point where it's like very convenient for him to get to. He gives him the hatching incentives and he immediately crafts it, and now he's going to, I believe, deconstruct the entirety of his base right here. You get the resources back. He's only ever using like the smallest amount of resources he needs. There's no wasting. He does a hatching enzyme, so you don't actually have to wait for the children to leave because they're already outside, and they will be with the second you go through the teleporter. They also teleport with you. Alright, now he's out here, and he's going to just grab that little ball there and cure himself. I believe people have been looking for a way to skip this animation for a while, but no, as far as I know, no solid way of doing that has been found. What curing himself will allow him to do is disable the gun, which will not let him leave the planet if it is still enabled. Oh, he's gonna go straight through the... I haven't seen this before. I've seen, you do clip into this section, but it's usually not in that way. He's running really low on oxygen here. I don't think he actually has time to do this with this oxygen. Okay, he's gonna put that back on. I actually don't know why he's done this. I've never seen that before. Oh, wait a minute. That was smart. He he took the oxygen tank out of his inventory at just the right time, so he died immediately after fixing the gun. And you can hear this gun animation, like the animation of it, like fixing, playing in the background. He grabs the flare away. I actually still don't know what the flares are for. He's gonna do the last bit of crafting that he needs to do. He's already set up Super Sea Glider by deconstructing and reconstructing the hatch. It doesn't matter. You don't have to do that immediately before. The Sparse Reef, he goes here because there's a lot of good resources you can find in the caves of the Sparse Reef, and it's the last of the materials he needs. This is the other thing you need the habitat builder for it. Yeah, I actually don't understand why this is still in the game. Like, I think it's funny and it shouldn't be removed, but I don't understand how this even like made it past like initial testing. It's very funny. If you build any piece of habitat inside of a wreck, it just despawns the walls of the wreck. It's going to build. Okay, so now he's going to set up for a glitch that I will be honest, I cannot explain. He's setting up for a moon pool duplication glitch, which will basically allow him to clone the moon pool. I have no idea exactly how this glitch works. I apologize, so I actually cannot explain it. You'll see it keeps creating more and more moon pools because of the way he's doing it. I don't know if this only works with the moon pool. There might be other bases. I actually don't know. I'm not very familiar with this glitch. He's going to build the launch platform, which is going to take some time, so he's going to head back and grab more stuff. And this is stuff he all needs to craft into other things to build. He's going to build the Cyclops and also prepare for building the escape rocket. Good air times there, my god. This timer is really evil because it's really making it evident how long like how broken my sentencing is. That was really close. That might tip the platform, which won't kill the run. It makes the end of the run extremely risky because the elevator for the escape rocket is extremely scary. It's so inconsistent and will randomly throw you 100,000 feet into the air for absolutely no reason. Yeah, he bent it. Platform is very tipped. That's scary, honestly. I wonder if it's. I don't think it's intentional. Maybe it is. He's gonna go. Oh, yeah. This ladder is so scary, and it could just throw you if it wanted to. I figured out what the flare is for. He's skipping animations with it. I don't know exactly what animations he's been skipping, but I do know he's just skipped a very long animations of turning different parts of the rocket on. Time, of course, stops when you lose control of your character. In half an hour, he's beaten the Subnautica. That's so incredible. So yeah, that was the Subnautica speedrun. It was done by Eclypsed, whose channel and video I will be linking in the cards, in the end screen, in the description, and in the pinned comment. Please check him out. He's an incredibly underrated runner, extremely talented, and definitely underappreciated for how much skill he has with this game. He's been doing insane. Anyways, thank you guys genuinely for checking out this video. I know this is different to the type of content I normally do, but I thought it'd be interesting to try and branch out into some more speedrunning content because I plan to do speedrunning content myself in the future. Subnautica definitely being one of the games I plan to do runs on. And I thought giving you an insight into speedrunning and its precision would be interesting. Yeah, I hope the video was interesting. I personally think speedrunning is extremely interesting. I hope it was entertaining. I hope you learned something new about the speedrun. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll catch you in the next video.